Yeah, my everyday makeup drawer has gotten out of control once again, so it is time for us to clean out this drawer. I want to clean everything out, put it back in my collection, and then I will start anew. So go ahead, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's go ahead and start cleaning out this everyday makeup drawer.
Don't wanna take it slow, just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time, I wanna spend some time. Needed some time to grow, just wanna let you know.
But yeah, I have two of the blushes. This one I actually wore the other day. This is the pink blush from Dior, and then this one here is berry. Oh, I wore rosewood the other day because I have the rosewood lip oil. This one is berry, this one is pink. I wish I could see the rosewood, but we'll come across it, I'm sure. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put these in my blush drawer. I also have two of the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear blushes. This one here is in the shade 15 Legendary Berry. Love that shade. It's a little bit deeper, but I still use it even in these warmer months. And then this one here is number 5 Fearless Coral, and that's what that one looks like. Both of these are so pigmented and they last. The staying power is phenomenal. I didn't really talk too much about the Dior blushes. I do like the Dior blushes. They like a little bit softer, where these L'Oreal blushes pack more of a punch. So that's something to keep in mind. But I absolutely love those blushes. Here I have Charlotte Tilbury blush. This one is in Pillow Talk Intense. That's what that one looks like. And this is like a nice neutral go-to brush. If I don't know what blush I'm wearing, that's one that I can always throw on, and I feel like it would look good with pretty much all of the looks that I do. So I have a Pat McGrath blush. This one here is in Paradise Venus, and I will use the mess out of this one. I know y'all can see that imprint, the dust all around it. Like, this is serious. Another one of those good neutral blushes that you can just reach for, go to, and put on, and it won't clash with any of your makeup looks or anything like that. So putting that back. Love it though, but it just got to go back. I need to clean this drawer out. Another blush. We have Gucci. This one is in Warm Berry. So that's what that looks like. This is more geared towards the fall. I have recently pulled other Gucci blushes. I actually have 3 in my collection. So I'm pulling it out of the other drawer that I have here, the blush drawer. This one here, this one I don't reach for too much. This one is in the shade Rosy Beige. So this one would be my least reach for Gucci blush. But I wore not too long ago this one, which is 04 Bright Coral. I do love a coral blush, and this is what that one looks like. So I reached for that not too long ago, but those are my 3 Gucci blushes. Love them. So I'm gonna put those away. I may have to rearrange this blush drawer because I look like I'm running out of room. And I may have to do a declutter sooner or later, because there are certain formulas that I reach for over others, and I don't think it makes sense just to keep hoarding blushes at this point. Like, you know, I have been going blush crazy. Oh, you know what? I'm not really running out of space. For some reason, I have all the boxes of the Pat McGrath blushes. I think I could part with these. Oh no, there's some that's actually. So these are empty. These empty boxes I am going to get rid of, because that just frees up space. I actually have these that actually have blushes in it. So these are blushes that I don't even use like that, or probably I didn't feel like it was fitting to the season at that point. Let's see. This one is Nude Venus. So yeah, that one is like a more neutrally brush. But I don't really reach for that color, and that's why it's in the packaging. So I'm going to put that away. Then we have Divine Rose, another one I don't reach for too much. You can just tell how clean the package looks that I don't reach for this one too much. And I forgot I had them, Divine Rose. So I might have to like sell some of these. I do have a video on my channel swatching all, I think 7 blushes that I bought from the Pat McGrath collection. So this one is Desert Orchid. I may have to, yeah, these are 3 shades that I really don't reach for, and you can see how they look on my skin tone. I'll link that video up in the card so you can check it out. But Your girl might have to start doing Macari or something. Like, I'm sitting here with these blushes that I don't even use. For what? That really, like, makes no sense to me. Oh, look at this blush. Yeah, I bust this one out not too long ago. A couple of weeks back. But this was an OG favorite. They might not even sell this anymore. This from ColourPop. This was the ColourPop and Shayla collection under construction. And this was in the shade Construct. Another one of them neutral blushes, guys. Y'all know I love me a good brown blush. Where you can just throw on and it's like no fuss, no muss. You don't have to think too hard. It doesn't clash with any kind of makeup look you're wearing, the lip you're wearing, nothing. So I bust this one out. This is definitely a fave. Ain't going nowhere. Any more blushes here? This is a, no, that's not a blush. Here's a blush. We have the Danessa Myricks. I might have another one, yeah. So the Danessa Myricks, these are her Yummy Skin. It doesn't say it here, but it's like a Yummy Skin balm or whatever. So this one here is in the shade Dancing Queen, like so beautiful. Love this blush. And these are like cream based products, so they go on so well. Super pigmented. This one, oh my gosh, so pretty. This one is in the shade It Girl, and this was the shade for the summer. I'll probably end up pulling that back into my drawer, but it was like buried. I couldn't even find it. I do remember wearing it, but like there was so much stuff covering it. I feel like that's why I have to clean this up. Oh, look. And I have one in my blush drawer, which, oh, I need to bust this out. This one is beautiful. This is Golden Hour, y'all. Look at this. Definitely use that one. Y'all can see the imprint of my brushes and on my sponge, whatever. Yeah, these are so bomb. So definitely highly recommended. And that's some Myricks blushes. And don't be surprised if you see me bust those back out into the rotation really, really soon. Is this a blush? Oh, look, we have another cream blush. This is from LYS Beauty. This is their Highest Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush, and this one is in the shade Passion. So pretty. Another beautiful, and you can see how much usage I've had of this one. I will say it feels a little stiffer than what it used to feel like, but oh god, look at that color, y'all. So pretty. So I'm definitely hanging on to that. It's like that beautiful raspberry shade. So I feel like it was a little stiffer than I remembered it being last time that I used it, but of course it is a cream product, and cream products tend to dry out a little bit faster than normal products, so that's to be expected. These are bronzers. Oh, here's another blush. This is the Makeup by Mario. This is his Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Rose Crush. Okay, so I did have to stop in between, and another public service announcement. These nails are now popped off. I just couldn't do it. I'm going to take that one off soon, and I'm going to take these off. But anyway, let's get through this drawer. So I left off with the Makeup by Mario cream blush. This one is in Rose Crush. I do like this one. I actually have another one of these. This is like becoming a blush collection video, but I do have another one of these, and this is in Just Peachy. I'm probably going to end up taking this out for my Shop My Stash, because this is one I like to use in the summertime. I use this peachy cream blush, and then I usually go on top of it with one of my House Labs blushes, but for now we're gonna put these away. Oh, these are two new blushes. Oh, actually I have another two that you guys saw in my last haul, but these are two of the NYX Buttermelt blushes. These are the ones that I said are more fall appropriate. So we have Back and Butter and Butter Than Before. I'm not going to swatch these. I'm not even going to open these. Y'all can go ahead and check out the YouTube short that I put up. I'll go ahead and put that in the cards for y'all to check out. Please don't be, oh, there's some more blushes, Lord. I was going to say, please don't be no more blushes, because even when we taking out those boxes, I'm still running out of room. So I definitely am going to have to do some kind of decluttering. I have a Giorgio Armani blush here. This one is in the shade 40, one of my favorites. And it's like a orangey reddish tone blush. I do have another Armani blush as well. I have one here in my drawer. This one is in the shade 30, and I think this one is more, oh no, this is the orangey tone one. So orange and red actually, because I don't think this one is pink. This one is more, let's see, oh yeah, well, more like a strawberry type of color. So yeah, those are my Armani blushes. I like these. They give like a soft, natural glowish kind of effect on the skin. I do like them. I can't decide whether or not I like it more or less. Then I'm gonna have to try to rank like the Gucci, the Dior's, those kind of things, because those are more expensive blushes. And this is a Sephora collection blush. I'll pull another one from my collection. I have two, and I love both of these shades. This is number 17, Hey Jealousy. This one is more of a berry tone blush. where this one is another one of those beautiful oranges. I wear this blush all the time, and this one is in the shade 29 Faceted. So pretty orangey blush. So love those two Sephora collection blushes. Don't sleep on the Sephora collection, guys, because they got some gems. Another one of my favorite blushes, this is the Glowish. This one is in the shade Very Juicy, number 03. I don't know why all of a sudden now it's not focusing. I guess it's because they don't want you to see close-ups of my crazy looking nails. But that's what that one looks like here. And this is more, like the name says, more of a berry tone blush as well. Another easy, quick, throw on kind of blush. I have a loose powder blush. This blush is so bomb. Love this. This is the Givenchy Prism Lead Blush. I'd be hating when I mix up brush and blush, but I have the shade 05. It's actually 4 blush shades, and then you mix them up into one and it becomes this beautiful looking blush. These are 2 blushes from Mented Cosmetics. Another 2 blushes that I love. This one is in the shade Burned Away, and it's like, is it burned? No, Buried Away. I was gonna say, because this is like a berry shade, so that's beautiful. Black owned brand from Mented that's sold at Ulta. Love it. And then this one is like a nice brownie neutral shade, and this one is in the shade Clay Too Much. Love both of these blushes. I have another blush here. Actually I have 2 more blushes here. This is Give Beauty blushes. I have one in the shade Honeymoon Phase, and I have only worn this one time. I remember the one time I wore it. Okay, I mean, how often do you wear like a purpley blush? But this was my go-to one, and this one is in the shade Stars Aligned, and this one is more of like that brownie neutral. You guys, can you see a pattern at this point? Y'all know I love me some neutrally brown, easy to throw on kind of blushes. That one is more of a matte blush, where the second one is more what do you call that? I don't want to say metallic, but it has more of a glow. Blush. This is my Chanel blush. This one is in the shade what is the shade? Brun Rosé. And one of my favorite go-tos, I always reach for this one because, again, it's a neutral brownie nude, one of my favorite kind of blushes, so love that one. And I think that's maybe the last blush that I have in here. Buried up under here is the other Dior blush that I was telling y'all. This is the one I wore not too long ago, but this one is in the shade Rosewood, and that's what that looks like. And can you guess what kind of shade that is, y'all? This is more on the, I don't want to say berry, but like pinky, almost berry, more neutrally kind of blush, and one of my favorites. And again, I do have the matching lip glow oil that Dior makes. I have the matching one. Love those. Gonna put that back. And I think that concludes all the blushes. So we're gonna go ahead and move into highlighters. Not only do I love blushes, I love highlighters as well. Let's get into these. One of my favorites. This is one of my go-tos. This Give Beauty. Y'all, my whole section of highlighters is gone. I don't know what happened to the footage, but no worries, because I will be going through each of my drawers, going around my collection, trying to declutter, doing some swatching. I actually did some today. So definitely stay tuned for the next video, because I did a concealer, primer, and glowy product kind of declutter swatch situation. So definitely stay tuned. We got more videos coming. And if you like these kind of videos, definitely subscribe to the channel. But yeah, sorry guys, no highlighters in this video, but we're going to continue on. Y'all, the struggle I just had putting stuff into that highlighter drawer was ridiculous. So I know some decluttering is going to have to happen. But I did it, was successful. I'm going to move on to the bronzers. First one that I see here is from Colored Rain. This one is in Cinnabay. I do have 2 other shades of the Colored Rain bronzers. Such a good formula if you're looking for a black owned number 1. Easily blendable. Really pretty blushes. This one, pretty bronzers. This one is my favorite shade though. This is Cinnabay. So that's what that looks like. Just like beautiful chocolate goodness. Oh my gosh. Love that. Another bronzer. I actually have 2 of these. So we have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. Like L'Oreal knows how to do products. Like the drugstore, their prices are getting up there. I ain't gonna front. Like this bronzer is probably about $15-$16 for the drugstore, but they work. Like these are bomb. Even this one is in the shade 550 Deep Dark. This one is a little bit too deep for me. Like, but that's good, because that means it'll work for someone of a deeper complexion than than what I am, right? So look how deep that one is. So the one that I really reach for is number 500 dark, and that's the one that I normally reach for. And oh, the smoothness, like these L'Oreal blushes, the blendability is like can't be beat. But that one, of course, being that it's a little closer to my skin tone, but it can definitely be built up. So that's the deep dark, or 550 and 500. Really, really pretty. Bronzers, so blendable, perfect that you can just walk into your CVS, Walgreens, Ulta, whatever, and get you some bronzers if you're looking for it. L'Oreal makes bomb products. We have the NARS. Oh my god, the way I use these in my eyes, I use these like eyeshadow. These are like, I use one like more for the deeper dark shade, and then one for the like to blend it out. So I have Laguna 6 and Laguna 8. This is 6 and this is 8. Like these bronzers, and the fact that they come in minis, like y'all see how much of products I have in my collection, so I will hardly ever run out of a bronzer. So the fact that these come in minis and I can still get the enjoyment and using them, love that about it. So NARS, they did their big one when they came out with the Laguna bronzers. Love this formula. I have 2 MAC bronzers that I have yet to use, and it is time. I'm going to keep these in the drawer, but I'm just going to put it to the side right now because I need to use those. Then we have the Glowish bronzer. I haven't used this in a while, but this is also another bomb bronzer. This is, I think they're discontinuing the Glowish collection, right? So I don't think this will be like readily available too much longer. But I have my Soft Radiance bronzer from Glowish. I have mine in the shade 05 Rich. Y'all, this is not as smooth. Oh, well, I use the same finger that I used for that L'Oreal. So this is what that looks like. Like, look how deep that is. Even deeper than the L'Oreal one that I had swatched before. But it's a perfect in-between shade from the 2 L'Oreal ones. Such a bomb formula. So I love that bronzer. What else we got? We have the Pat McGrath bronzer. Oh my god, another fave. This is Burnished Honey. And I don't know if they started selling Burnished Honey at Sephora, but last time I looked, they didn't have it at Sephora, but they do have it at Ulta. I got mine directly from the Pat McGrath website. When they first came out, it was an exclusive color to her website, but they do have it on Ulta. So this Burnished Honey is everything. The only way you can get it on Sephora, I know they had like a holiday quad. I'm not sure if that quad is still available, but Burnished Honey is like the perfect brown shade for us. And of course, I want to swatch this too, so let's go ahead and swatch that. And this is just like a beautiful, look at that. This is more, it's Burnished Honey for real. Like it gives you that orangey bronzy glow. So love that. Even though it's a matte powder, just the warmth that it brings the face is really nice. So this is the cream bronzer from Fenty. This one is in the shade 06 Chocolate. Her Cheeks Out bronzers, and I love that. Very heavily used. And this one, actually, I may end up hitting pan on this one, but now I go for more of a lighter tone bronzer. Like I don't want it to be so deep, and this is like really easily blendable, but I just don't want to be putting too much work into doing my makeup, so I don't reach for like these deeper tone bronzers. I want something that just adds like a soft kiss or like a nice warmth to my skin. But I still do love this, and I would love to even hit pan on that bronzer. And then this is the original Fenty powder bronzer. This one is in the shade Cocoa Naughty, and this is the kind of shade that I go for. So this is like nice and light on the skin. Not light, but it just adds a little bit of warmth. Like it's really light compared to everything else that I swatched, but it still works. So don't be fooled by the shade. Once you put it on your face, it actually really does work. So I love that bronzer as well. And then I also have the LYS No Limits matte bronzer in the shade Strength. Another beautiful bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back. And I think that is it for the bronzers up in here. Oh no, I have one more bronzer here on the side. This is the House Labs bronzer, another beautiful formula. And this one I can actually go a little bit deeper just because of the blendability of this powder is unmatched. I have mine in the shade Deep Level 11, and that's what that looks like. And with swatching it, like you can see the dip in this one. Like I use this one crazy. That's what that looks like. And compared to all the other bronzers, yeah, it is deeper. It is deeper, but like the blendability is like something serious. So I love this formula. Check out the House Labs bronzers if you haven't already. These are so bomb. I definitely highly recommend those. And yeah, that is it for bronzers. Thank goodness it wasn't so bad, so I can go ahead and put this drawer away. I think I shouldn't have a problem with actually putting this drawer where it belongs. I'm gonna pull out my powder drawer here, and we're going to deal with these powders. I talked to you guys about this powder many a times. The Makeup Forever. This is the HD Skin Matte Velvet. I have mine in the shade 4N67. One of my go-to powders, especially now in the summertime. Perfect matte powder for this weather. I also have the OG version, which I have hit pan on. I used to have the shade I had the shade Y505. Definitely hit pan, as y'all can see, and I just stopped using it just because I went to the more matte version of it. But I definitely want to finish out the rest of this product and go ahead and use this up. So you'll be seeing that in empties maybe sometime in 2024, 2025, who knows. Next up for powder, we have the One Size Turn Up the Base Versatile Foundation. I have mine in the shade Dark 2 Neutral, and that's what that looks like. Another powder that I've hit pan on. I've been reaching for this a lot more often as well, because this is also another matte powder, and in the summertime I do get a little bit more, I don't want to say oily, but I would say hot and sweaty. So I do like to use matte powders on top of, you know, my nice super hydrated base that I use. So I have been reaching for this powder a lot as well, and I'll probably end up bringing it back into my rotation, but again, I'm just trying to clean out this drawer. We have the Fenty Beauty Powder Pro Filter number 410, and another powder that I have hit pan on. If you don't know, if you're new here, on an everyday basis, like if I go to work, my go-to is concealer, powder, and I'm good to go. So I use powder products every day, and they're just my go-tos. Like when you see liquid foundations, my liquid foundation drawer is untouched. In fact, I have basically stopped buying liquid foundations because it makes no sense for me to buy them if I hardly ever use them. So I'm a powder foundation girly over here. So yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of pan products over here. The two last powders, oh well, actually I have a couple more powders here. We have the DJ's Boutique. I wonder, DJ still sells these. But this is another one of my favorite powders. This is her loose powder, and this one is in the shade Honey. She does have new packaging, but I don't have too much powder left in here, so I definitely do want to finish up this powder. And it's just like a beautiful loose powder here. So I do like to use this underneath my eyes. I actually should pull this again just so I can go ahead and finish up that product. So that could be one thing that I can get rid of out of my drawer. Then we have my daily under eye powders from Pat McGrath Lab. This is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. On a daily basis, I will go in with the shade Dark, and that's what that looks like. And as you can see, you're starting to see pan again, so I'm going to have to definitely re-up on this. And then during the Spring Sephora VIB sale, she came out with the pink powder, which I still haven't mastered this one. I might have to actually like do some baking and then like dust off the bake with this powder in order to make it work. But I'm still playing with that one, but my go-to is definitely the dark. So love that powder formula. I just wanted to try the different shade because y'all know pink powders was all the rage, so I wanted to get down with the movement. And then we have my Givenchy powder. Now when you say blurring, OMG, this powder is like life. I only got a mini, but when I finish this and I re-up, this is definitely a repurchase worthy product, and I will definitely get the full size. So I have mine in the shade 5, and it's similar to the blush formula that I showed you guys, where it's 4 different shades and it makes like a color correcting shade, and it's just the blurring, oh my god, it's just beautiful. So it's a repurchase worthy. That's something I'm definitely gonna have in my collection forever, because like that powder is beautiful. So I had the peach color corrector from Huda Beauty, and I was wearing it. I liked it, but it's like super potent. Yeah, first of all, if you tried the Huda Beauty if you tried the regular Huda Beauty concealer, you know the potency that these things pack, right? So look at that color. You can only imagine. So I know I remember wearing it, and Chloe tried to be funny. She was like, "That's why your face is red," and it was this showing through my foundation. So I was pissed. So I actually do have like a little Sephora bag here. Of course I bought something, but I went ahead and I picked up the peach color corrector. So I'm definitely going to be trying this one out soon. But comparing the shades, I just know that this is definitely going to be a better color match for me. Just hopefully it does some correcting. So that's what the peach shade looks like compared to what I have in my collection already, which was papaya. And you can definitely clearly just see the difference in the shades. So hopefully this peach shade works out for me good. Another concealer that's here in the box. I don't know. There's 2 concealers here that I have in boxes because I couldn't find out whether or not I like them. I felt like I was breaking out when I was using them. I don't know if it was the House Labs or the Kofi. I did try the Kofi last week again, and I didn't have any breakouts, so it might be the House Labs one. I need to continue trying this, but I love the shade of this. This is like a perfect, like, non-brightening, just an everyday skin tone kind of shade. So that's why I didn't want to get rid of it, and I think it's probably way past time for me to return them. So I definitely need to continue trying those out. And then the Kofi one, this one is more of a brightening shade, but still works close to my skin tone. So definitely want to try those out, but I'm going to put those back in my collection for now. I'm just putting them there because I don't have one of these drawers on top of my vanity. I actually keep it in a drawer like this over there. So I'll be moving all these concealers over there, but I am going to clean these out. We have a couple of the NYX concealers. I have the shade I have the shade Sand, and I also have the shade Deep Golden. I also have a third shade, but it must be in the drawer over there. I don't think it might be a little deeper than my skin tone, but these are the two that I use more frequently. I love that formula as well. Great formula from the drugstore. My go-to holy grail right now is the Tower 28 concealer. Like, you can clearly see that I've been using the mess out of this. But I feel like Tower 28 products, I remember I had to get rid of one of their cream blushes that I had from them. I feel like Tower 28, I don't know, maybe they're more natural, but I feel like their products, like, they don't have like super long shelf life. So I feel like they go bad pretty quickly. But I do use this product a lot, so I don't think it'll expire in the time that I have it, but just something to be mindful of. Then, oh, another good one. This is the Dominate Cosmetics. I actually ordered this directly from her website. I'm not sure if Sephora actually sells her concealer on their website. I'm not sure. But she has the metal tip wand, so when you apply it to your skin, like, you get that cooling effect. Like, the formula is super thin and lightweight on the face, so I really, really enjoy that. I have another color corrector here. This is the Fenty Beauty Pumpkin Bright Fix Eye Brightener. The only reason I don't go for these so much, like, I really did like the formula, but I just don't use them as much because you actually have to either get a sponge or get a, you know, the applicator. There's no direct to face application basically. So that's why I wanted to get the Huda Beauty, because they actually have a wand that I can apply it to my under eye or whatever I'm trying to color correct. Another one of my favorite color correctors is from Bobbi Brown. This one is actually almost done. That's all I have left in this one. And this one applies so easily, and it's blendable with your fingers. Like, this is like a really good color corrector. I used to have the one that was in a little pot. So Bobbi Brown does color correctors beautifully. And then this one is in the shade Very Deep This. So love that color corrector. Another favorite. This is the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. When I tell you that I love this concealer, like, when I first got it, I think I had the wrong shade. I actually had two shades, which were both wrong for me. But this shade here, which is D29, perfect shade. One of my go-tos, everyday use. Like, you can definitely clearly see here the usage of this as well. One of my favorites. And then we have the Ami Collet. This is her skin enhancing concealer. Mine is in the shade Deep 2.5. And this one is just like a little bit too bright for me. So times when I use like those deeper concealers, I will pop this on top just to brighten up a little bit. So that's what I use that concealer for. Another concealer that I have here, this is the Urban Decay Naked Quickie Concealer, like a big jumbo mama. I love it. And I like it more now that it is warmer, because it is kind of drying underneath the eyes, but I don't get that dryness in these warmer months. So this is something that I can reach for and go to now that it's warmer. And then I see one last concealer peeking down here, which is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. And this one is in the shade 4.0Y. So it's a yellow tone concealer. I love the applicator of this one. I don't know if I love the formula though. This is like one of my least favorite concealers, to be honest, but I'm definitely going to keep it way past the time of returning it, so I just make it do what it do, you know what I mean? In fact, these all go in the same drawer as the concealer, so I'm just going to go through them really quickly and then we'll end this video. So this is my primer, one of my favorite primers. Like, when you put this on your skin, your base looks absolutely beautiful. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Broad Spectrum SPF Sunscreen Invisible UV Flawless Poreless Primer. And I tell you, Charlotte Tilbury, she does no wrong in my book, because every product that she says and it has that word flawless, you best believe your skin is going to be flawless. So absolutely love this. Every time I use that under my makeup, it looks so good. Another product that I love is from Dior. This is the Dior Forever Glow Star Filter. I have mine in the shade 5. I usually put 1 pump of this mixed in with my moisturizer, and when I tell you my base looks so beautiful, that has been my go-to way of using this. I use it pretty much every day at this point. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I want to smell this because I heard a lot of people say that this goes bad pretty quickly. Mine doesn't smell bad just as of yet. Mine doesn't smell bad just yet, and I've used quite a bit of this product as well. This is a nice comparative product to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. When I tend to use this, I would tend to use this in areas where I would highlight my skin. Oh, I did have one face product, which is weird because I don't really use too much foundations and stuff. But this is the Fenty Beauty. This is their Ease Drop Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. When I tell you this looks so bomb, I love the way this applies onto the skin. It's not a lot of product, but you don't really need a lot of product either. So this was a bomb product. I was really surprised at, because you don't see skin tints in a stick foundation, well, a stick formula I should say, in a stick formulation too often. So I think Fenty Beauty really did a good job on that. I'm just going to keep that separate so I know to put that in the drawer that it belongs. And then these 4 things are like primers. This one is the Catrice Goodbye Pores Primer. I think I used this maybe like once or twice. I don't remember so much how this primer worked out for me. One primer that I do love is the Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. Really, really good primer. And it did some blurring, so I do enjoy that. You can tell I enjoyed my e.l.f. I'm actually need to finish this. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 5% niacinamide. One of my favorites, as you can tell. Like, this is like almost gone. One of my favorite primers. And then here we have the Danessa Myricks. This is her Yummy Skin Universal Blurring Balm, and it's just a clear balm basically, but this actually mattifies the skin, and I think it's a little bit too matte for my liking. I normally tend to hydrate my skin as opposed to mattifying it, so I don't reach for this too often. But it did come, if you remember that pink blurring balm blush that I showed you guys, it came as a 2-piece with that, so I did want to try it. But I know she has one that's in like a moisturizing formula. I want to try that one as opposed to this. But yeah, these are things that I can go ahead and put away. From here, I'm going to clean out the drawer, and it's not going to be today that I pull stuff for this drawer, but probably this weekends during the time I will shop my stash and we'll go ahead and fill up this drawer. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, because that will let me know that I can come in here and sit there and shop my stash and talk about those products with you guys too. Stay tuned. We will be doing like some decluttering because those drawers is looking crazy. Just, you know what, let me give you a little view of what them drawers is looking like now. Like, it's looking real stuffed over there, right? So that's what that's looking like. It's looking real stuffed. So we got to do some shopping at the stash and getting some products out of there and decluttering, all that kind of good stuff. If you love beauty and lifestyle, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. If you're not already, hit that bell so you can be notified when I do post a video, because that will let you know that your girl just posted. Run on over, give your girl a view, a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And I hope to catch each and every one of you in the next video. Check out some of the videos I have here on the screen for you guys. Check out our playlist, whatever you want to do. I hope y'all have a great one. Until next time, y'all, stay blessed. Later, guys.